breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend, Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
Good morning. It's toasty here in Oldsmar. I had to put the hat on because it is not a good hair day. What's up, Louie? Hope everybody's doing good. Thanks for coming along and watching our little daily brew here. We're going to talk weather. We're coming to you live from Oldsmar, Florida. Hurricane season is inching closer. I'm sure you've seen the hype. We'll try not to do any of that unless there's something to hype about, Louie. Oh, man, what a week of weather, man. Golly, we've been having storms after storms. I think yesterday there was a couple hundred wind reports and tornado warnings and just unbelievable. Just crazy weather the last month. Just came out of nowhere. We were on like a normal pace, and then all of a sudden into April rolled around into May, and it's just been like one after another. James, got you in the new chat, James. Whew. All right, so who's Mike? I'm Mike. This is Louie. We're going to talk weather. It's a great day to show this image since it is Memorial Day. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, great supporter of our page for 5 years now. Love this image of the American flag, the palm trees, the blue sky, all great things wrapped up in one, and of course ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Maybe today is a day to chill out and you can enjoy some ABC products around the pool or the beach. Man, we went out Saturday. It was busy. I will admit. I said I would probably never do it again. We got out. We got back in. It was a lot safer at the race game, for sure. Big thanks to ABC. Let's not forget today, Memorial Day. Today is the day we honor and remember all those who made the ultimate sacrifice to give us this great country of ours. So, obviously, I am a huge lover of the USA. That didn't come out right. Well, I love our country. I love Florida. We have a lot of great military that support our page, and I've met over the years. And Shelly's husband is one of them. So thank you, everybody. And just remember that today. We got a lot of celebrations going on around. I think Oldsmar's doing one today. I did see a lot of memorials and parades, and it's a great day. It's a great day for it. So today we honor and remember all of those. My dad was in the military. A lot of people ask. He was in Patrick's Air Force Base back in the day. He was air traffic controller and gave rides to astronauts to and from the Cape. I don't know if I ever told you that, Shelly, did I? He had beers with astronauts. I don't think you can do that anymore. I don't think you can ride on the back of a convertible. It's pretty laid back in the day. He has stories to tell. All right, so what am I doing coming up? Then we're going to get right into the weather. We're going to talk about the tropical season. So we're heading up to Panama City Beach for the Gulf Coast Jam. We went last year. Meet so many wonderful people up there. If you're going, I can't wait to see you and hang with you. We have a lot of followers up there, a lot of fans. A lot of them I met during Michael, unfortunately, in not the best situation to become fans of the page, but we'll be up there every day. Mark, Sheldon, Rendy hooking me up again. We're going to see Morgan Wallen round 2 for little Sarah. Last year she was hoping to see him, and he got voice problems. I think he had, remember Morgan Wallen stopped singing for a while. So anyway, that's where we're going to be. And it's fun. It's a little needed vacation, little end of the year for the girls. Emily's graduated from high school. Sarah graduated from being a freshman. She's off to being a sophomore. So the weather looks amazing. Thank you, weather people, for that. It looks like very little rain, if any, for the week ahead. We're going to talk about all that coming up, the weather. It is a weather page. Melinda says she's from the home of the Blue Angels. How about that? Thank you, Harold, for that. Good morning, Eileen. So, anyway, that's where we'll be. So we won't be live. We might do a lot live. I don't know. We're going to play it by ear. So nothing's official until we get back. Next week's a little wacky. We'll be back Monday. I'll definitely 100% be doing one on Tuesday next week. Unless something's brewing, we'll do one Monday before I come home. So it's very, very fluid the next week. And then, hey, listen, I'm going to Oklahoma for a little presentation there with ORC. And then things are pretty much done. And Oklahoma, OKC. I always get the airport things messed up. I thought that was the airport, ORC. It's OKC. That's why Tammy booked the flight for me. I had to make sure I didn't do it. I got the confirmation here. Anyway. Oh, Tammy, if you're watching, good thing I didn't book. I would have ended up in some other state. But anyway, so next week we'll be hanging up there with a little convention I'm doing with them, and be back to normal. Pretty much daily brews will be daily. Back to Monday, Friday. Can you believe it, Shelly? Yeah, we do like to get in the habit of daily brews. That's for sure. So big shout out to my friend Brandon here. Let me tell you a little story about, so I got Gulf Coast getaways up here, then we're going to go right into weather, I promise. But Brandon has always messaged me. Now, I didn't realize this. Every time I go storm chasing, I get this email from Brandon. Hey, if you need a place, place to hang while storm chasing, I got a house for you. Well, I didn't realize he has properties all the way up and down the Florida coast. I think past Florida Panhandle, all along the Gulf Coast. So he hooked us up for this weekend. Turned out he's a huge fan of the page, and we got a home for storm chasing. For years he's been messaging me. So the cool thing is I haven't posted it yet, but he's going to give our fans a 15% discount, MWP 15. So if you're into the Airbnb thing and looking for places up and down the Gulf, they even have one right here by me, Ruddington. So I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, I only like to hook up with people like Brandon that been big parts of our page, and I've always respected it. He's emailed me during the storm if I needed a place to go, because I didn't realize he had a lot of properties up and down the Gulf Coast. So thanks, Brandon. We're going to share that Gulf Coast Getaways discount code for all of our fans, MWP15. So you can go to a great place like Panama City Beach and save some money. Everybody likes that. So thanks, Brandon, if you're watching. He does email every storm, and I feel bad I never took him up on it, but now I will. So tropical, here we go. You're welcome, Kane's Cats. Yeah, I felt bad for Larson. Man, he was running so good, too. He almost pulled it off. A little speeding right down pit road. All right, so we get these maps in the morning. I always check them first thing when I get up. You know, we like to check long range, so you kind of get a feeling whether or not we're going to have any circles or not. But there's really nothing brewing, believe it or not. So, Stephanie Stern, that's cool. Your daughter's home. What's up, Susan Juister? Is it Juister? So we kind of get a feeling if we got anything brewing. Right now, officially nothing brewing. Now, this 7-day graphic puts us past the start of hurricane season. So hurricane season starts officially June 1st. I always say there's so much hype about June 1st. It's like a countdown, right? June 1st comes along, and all of a sudden it's like, what happened? Boom! Nothing. So it's just a date. Actually, you know, season really doesn't get going until sometimes August, September. So, but it is the official start this weekend, coming up June 1st. So, hey, we'll be keeping an eye on it. Record year, many are predicting. Every day that goes by is one day away from the end of hurricane season. You know that? Other maps we look at for the tropics. So this is a cool one. This is a 10-day, or not 10, it's number 10 on my website, the secret links. Little thing popping in the Gulf, middle June, but very low probability. It's a European long-range forecast. You know, nothing's really showing. It goes out a lot of weeks. Anytime you go farther down the road, it's kind of hard. Past 10 days is kind of a rule of thumb. You don't want to take anything too serious past 7 days or 10 days especially. But, you know, you look for consistency and stuff. But right now there's really nothing brewing that's popping out. So, you know, this kind of popped up overnight. But, you know, we'll see. This whole general area. So that's good, right? Nothing really. I mean, it's middle of June. We're bound to have something by then. I also look at stuff like this. This is the GFS ensembles. Even though the GFS run isn't the greatest, the ensembles sometimes do a lot better picture on possible areas. And you can kind of see things have been showing here through the first week of June. So maybe, you know, maybe something here, maybe. But nothing solid yet. Very, very commonplace to see storms pop down there. So that's the GFS. Nothing would affect U.S. if that came true. So there you go. Going back to that global tropics hazards map shared last week, you know, we did have this graphic last week. This kind of highlighted that same thing. June 5th through the 11th. General area, maybe. So we'll keep an eye on it. Nothing to sweat yet. You gotta like that. Here's the radar. Let's talk about this real quick. Actually, let's put this graphic on. This was a long range look, man, at these storms. It is an incredible night. I woke up, as you know, I posted at 3 a.m. See you, Dale. Chris gonna be at the Gulf Coast Jam. Like that. Got some koozies. Hooking the boys up with 1,000 koozies. Make sure you get one. I'd like to thank my boys from Firman, too, for hooking them up with a nice generator for the military appreciation tent. Firman has a red, white, and blue American generator. American flag generator. It's even got a bottle opener on it. Isn't there nothing more American than a bottle opener on a generator? Oh, Michelle, I know, man. It's been a rough It's just been a relentless tornado season. I try to keep my focus on hurricanes. Can't really focus. I can't do everything, but I do share a lot of SPC outlooks, and hopefully, keep the word out there of these potential storms that we've been seeing a lot of. Now, this lightning went through the night. This is a lightning map. It was just unbelievable seeing this thing go through the night. Now, we got a low pressure up here. You can see it spinning right here. You can actually detect a little spin in the atmosphere. So this is going to wrap around the Great Lakes today. Actually going to see some storms down here, maybe reaching the Florida Panhandle today. Maybe. Current radar, we still got a severe thunderstorm warning in Atlanta. Messing up traffic there, I guarantee. Thunderstorm, we got one in North Carolina too. Those are little yellow boxes or severe thunderstorm warnings. The latest Storm Prediction Center outlook right here. This just came out today. Right here, boom, fresh one. There is your outlook today. So, big old low right here, spinning away. Going to be bringing up some storms. A lot of action up here in the Northeast. Could see some tornadoes in the Carolinas today. So, that's classic look of a huge upper level low spinning there, bringing the storms. And guess what happens when it gets to the Florida Peninsula? Like a whack-a-mole. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't making it down this far. So. Randall Flagg, yeah, the energy on tornado season. Hey, wouldn't that be something? Lisa Reed, good morning. Chrissy, it's just above average, the tornado season so far. We're definitely above average. Billy Kipton, what's up, buddy? How's the old Carolina doing? You might have some storms later today. We'll show the generator here in a second. Candy, what's up, Candy? All right, so there's that. We got tornadoes possibly today. Look at this. We got a 5% area. Now, this is usually when you see brown, you get a tornado watch. So that keep your eye open on the eastern seaboard there, mid-Atlantic area. Could see some tornado watches popping later. We'll go hour by hour here in a second. Oh, I'm going to show you a new map, by the way. Michael Stanton, what's up? Good morning. Good morning, Nicole. William wants to know about Saharan dust. There's a normal outbreak coming. Nothing too bad. So, all right, there's your tornado outlook today. Tomorrow, things get a little quiet. The story the rest of the week's interesting. It looks like Texas northward is going to get a lot of rain, and there's multiple rounds coming through Texas, Houston. So we're going to show you that. You want to pay attention to that. But as far as rains go, this is tomorrow. It's Tuesday. And there's really nothing past that. There's your rainfall totals for the next 7 days. This is through Sunday night. And I know there's a lot of people watching in Florida. And it doesn't look like you're going to get a lot. South Texas is not going to get much. Nothing out west. They're used to that. This is your rainfall possibilities through the week. Southeast Florida have been getting a little pop-up storms. Normal time for this year. Yep. Little pop-up random ones. It's so hard to predict weather. Overall coverage is low. Doesn't mean you get this random little thunderstorm that pops up out of nowhere and get 1 or 2, 3 inches sometimes. Hail, too. So it's not impossible to get a pop-up thunderstorm. But the coverage maps kind of show you the weather pattern that we're in, and there's really nothing coming. This could be 7 days of no rain for a large part of the southeast. Very little across Panhandle. This little rain that's showing up here, this is for today. So we'll get into that here in a second. Show you that one. What else we got open up here? One more window open up. Oh, the same thing. So really not exciting. So daily rains, let's look about that. Let's look at some daily rain totals. There's your flood risk maps. Obviously, tomorrow and Thursday for Texas. I like this little map here. We can look at daily, kind of give you a feel of what's going on for the next 7 days. Today's rains. This is that front line coming down. You can see it swooping around. That's that big low pressure cyclone. They do call them cyclones. Day 2 tomorrow. Very random across the south, especially the east. Tomorrow rains Tuesday. There's a heavy bubble in Texas northward. Wednesday, kind of the same look. Thursday, same look. Friday, same look. Saturday, same look. Sunday, same look. Saturday, Sunday. So, telling you, crazy little pattern we're in. High pressure building. That's going to make that Gulf of Mexico even hotter. Hot. So a lot of people talk about the MJO. We talk about the MJO a lot. So there is a phase coming across. Might reach the Atlantic. First part of June. This green area is an enhanced phase of the MJO. So usually what happens in tropical season is it takes an event to kind of kickstart things, believe it or not. And usually the MJO helps do that. It allows thunderstorms to develop. And when we get one of these pulses come across the Atlantic region, Caribbean, we'll see some thunderstorms. So partly my thinking is the reason that Tropics Map's showing that area highlighted is mainly because of the MJO coming. The MJO comes, thunderstorms develop a lot easier, and then we get systems pop up. So it does make sense as we get into June. The timing is right on par for something to happen. So just keep an eye on that. This MJO can sometimes really look into the future as far as early season, late season storm potential. So Bill wants to know the Gulf temp. Hey, let's take a look at what the Clearwater Beach was. Now, I was out in the water this week. Let me tell you something. It was hot. Like, it was, you're from Florida when you get out of the water and it's 90 and you're cold. So you go back down in the water because it's hot. That was a true story. The water felt better than the air temp, if that's even possible. So, oh my God, we did cross 90. Oh my gosh. Clearwater Beach hit 90 degrees water yesterday. Wow. I didn't see anybody else post that. I'm going to have to post that. So Clearwater Beach, if you were out at Clearwater Beach yesterday, it's 90. You know what? Look at today. So here's the deal. This is how low it got yesterday. It only went down to 87 yesterday. Sunday, overnight, Saturday into Sunday, 87. Today's low was a little warmer than yesterday's low. And that means that today, more than likely, we'll end up at 90 again. Woo, man, I didn't expect to see 90. Let's look at the keys. Always look at vacate key down here because they have a sensor. Let's see what they got. They're even hotter. 91.2. Man, Key West. Let's see what they had. Key West gets a little more flow of water. But they were still 89. They get a lot more current, which helps upwell a little cooler water. But they were still 89 degrees, man. That's crazy. Now, we could really hype it up here and look at some of these buoy datas. Buoy. Some of these lower. Now, they still go below the surface, but they do sometimes show a lot higher temperatures, too. A lot of these little spots in the keys. This is Duck Key. I think I looked at them last year, too. They were always hot. Water temp 88. Let's see what the history was. Let's see here. So it was only 80. It was 90 yesterday. So you get the idea. It's 90-ish around. And the thing that's more important to mention is the OHC, the ocean heat content that Brian McNulty has on his site. I don't know if I can find him on his site or not. He's got ocean heat content anomalies, and wow, I never see all this stuff. Brian McNulty. Well, he shares them on X all the time. I don't know his individual. Maybe temp, local conditions, maybe temp. I don't know. But anyway, he's got some really impressive graphics that show the ocean heat content right now. And it's high. It's hot. It's above normal. Like, really above normal. That's how hot the water goes below the surface. So I'm not hyping anything. Just letting everybody know the water's hot. And it's deep. Deep hot water. So let's see. Long range looking. I guess let's go to tropical tidbits real quick. Let's look at all the models. We'll zoom in. This way it covers our friends in Belize. Kind of get an idea of precipitation, what's going on for the next week or so. This is tropicaltidbits.com. Old frontal line down here. Hey, that tropical wave that we were tracking last week was really juicy down at Trinidad, Tobago, ABC Islands, Lower and Lesser Antilles. That thing was very. They call it, even the Taft NOAA said it was a very well-defined tropical wave. But here's 24-hour rains through Wednesday. Could be a little bit of juice popping up here later in the week, going into early next week here. We'll see what that's all about. This is kind of that same thinking. So, you know how the GFS has been teasing a little bit of something popping up here. We got the MJO sliding over. Now you got the Euro starting to show increased moisture. So this could be a hot spot. These typically go off to the northeast. But we'll keep an eye on that. So there's that. Let's look at GFS. Rainfall, 24-hour rainfall totals. Belize is nothing. Yucatan, nothing. Sorry. Here's that early June junk. It's showing something going off. Early June junk. But it could bring a lot of rain to Hispaniola. So this is definitely an interesting little area to watch for maybe development. Maybe. That would be next week. Bound to get something somewhere. Otherwise, we'll have to adjust the numbers a little bit. Let's look at the heat down in there in Yucatan. So one of the big stories I've been watching and covering a little bit too is the heat. It's been tremendous in the Yucatan. They started hitting 100 almost a month ago. Today's going to be hot. Let's look at some high temperatures today across Florida, for example. We're going to be seeing... it's not that bad, actually. That'll be a little hotter than that. In 90s. But here is 106, like 107. Unbelievable. This is today. This whole Yucatan area is just fueling the BOC 98, and this is going up to Texas. So there are going to be a lot of 100 degrees in Texas today. Look at Middle Texas, Abilene, 100, 102, and 104. So this today, I mean, this heat's going to expand up into Texas. Tucson, 97. So you can kind of get an idea where the heat's at today with this little graphic. God, I wish I had one. The zoom. Anybody from Windy? We need one zoom more between that and that. We need a little bit more. Less, a little less. Harold remembered his Twitter X. I don't know what to call it. Look at that. Shanders from Belize. I know. You're not getting any rain over there. What's up with that? What's up, Mike? What did I miss? I don't even know what I was looking for. Oh, top of the page. Okay, are you talking about Brian McNulty's? Was that what you're talking about, McNulty's page? Did I miss it? That's not the one. I would think it'd be products. Tropical. Tracking maps. He's got a lot of good stuff. Tropical Atlantic. Oh, here we go. All right, let's give one more chance. Ocean heat content times series. Here we go. Here we go. Mike, thanks for not letting me give up. Brian, yeah, I was at the Rays game. Your cousin painted the City Connect. Awesome. We all wore that yesterday. Brandon Lau with an awesome hit, man. It was awesome. Morning, Miss Mirtha. How's it going? See our Brew Crew people yesterday. It was, Candy, it was very warm. Bonita. All right, so let's talk about this ocean heat content thing. So this is Brian McNulty's graphics. I got a link to it on my website. He tracks it daily. Ocean heat content. This is interesting. So ocean heat content is the level of water that's warm below the surface, basically. It's pretty much the fuel source for any storms. If we don't have a lot of ocean heat content, we have a lot of cold water beneath the surface, and storms will peter out. And but the hotter that water is below the surface, is more fuel potential. So 2023 was this line here. You got to remember 2023. People, it was not, other than Idalia, it was pretty laid back, right? We had a lot of water temperatures last year. Last year was a record year for water temperatures. But we only had one storm really that people remember, and that was Idalia. So it doesn't always mean because we have hot water, we're going to have a, oh my God, crazy season. But we didn't have La Nina. We had Lee last year, which was a little worrisome for me because that thing went from nothing to like 165 miles an hour in the middle Atlantic, or more western Atlantic, but it went straight north. Now, Lee developed with these hotter than normal waters, and it really intensified, like bam. So that's a little concerning to me for this year. If we do get a bigger push to the west with storms, we might see storms like Lee really come out of nowhere because of this heat potential of the water. So Lee could happen this year. Nobody remembers Lee because it didn't hit anybody. But just remember, water is hot, less upper level wind shear. I see the concern in what they're talking about. So doesn't mean guarantee. Now the one graphic that I'm watching really close is the Gulf of Mexico. This one right here. Ocean heat content for the Gulf of Mexico. Brian McNulty, May 27th. Look at that. Now last year, the Gulf was right around normal. See, this blue line is the 11-year average, 13 to 23. Last year's Gulf was not record hot. It was normal hot. So we are, a month ahead of schedule as far as that Gulf temp. And with no rain this week, we see Clearwater Beach already at 90 degrees. I don't know how much hotter. I mean, that Gulf Stream goes around Belize down there in Yucatan, right? Those air temps down there are 110 degrees plus, warming that water that gets pumped up into the Gulf of Mexico. We have no rain. Rain helps cool. So this is way above last year. 2023 was normal in the Gulf. So that's the one to watch. And the other area to really watch is this one. That little circle box is the Western Caribbean. So that's really the area I'm more worried about because Eastern Atlantic, you get a strong system out in Eastern Atlantic, this could really mess up the hurricane numbers because if we get a lot of storms in the Eastern Atlantic that form in that hot water, they have a more of a natural tendency to go north. And because of the Coriolis effect. It's just a natural occurrence of storms that want to go north and then back east. So you kind of want a lot of storms in the Eastern Atlantic because that's better chances these things might curve and miss everybody, including Bermuda. This is the area you watch because this is the more Western Atlantic Caribbean area, and these waters are normally where they are in almost middle August. So anyway, water's hot. That's all I got to say about that. Couple of other cool. Look at these storm reports from yesterday. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. 811 wind reports yesterday. 275 hail reports yesterday. 15 tornadoes. Now they always adjust these. They change. But 811 wind. That's then the 25th. Another day. 244. More tornadoes. Obviously, that was a rough day. A lot of tornadoes. 24th, 111 wind. I mean, look at these just all the way down. 23rd, 22, 21. I mean, we've had weather every day. Imagine that. We have weather every day. Well, we've had significant weather every day. This is a little slow day, 18th. And then I'm sure there was a little more. So that was when we had those southern storms there for a while that actually did some damage. Tallahassee area, tornadoes. But man, yesterday, 811. That's crazy. Okay, I want to go back to Windy real quick just to look at the rain accumulation since we do have so many people watching in Belize. This is your next 5 days, 10 days. Let's go the next 10 days. Believe it or not, we have a lot of people down in Yucatan, but look at that. Next 10 days, not very hopeful. Next 5 days. So let's keep it at 5 days. No rain. A little bit maybe coming in off of on the east side there. Jamaica, maybe get some rain. We're talking about going into next week. I think we're going to see better chances. Here's your 10-day rains next week. Now, this goes into that area that might be forming something a little juicy down here. So, definitely next week we can see a lot of rain down here brewing. GFS showing it too. So, next 5 days, not much. Very little anywhere. Next 5 days rains. Almost none across Tampa. There's your high pressure kind of keeping that bubble over Florida. Next 10 days, a lot of rain. So that looks like next week. But look at the next 10 days rain, though. That's unbelievable. A trace of rain the next 10 days, according to the GFS. Euro's even worse. Look at that. The Euro is showing basically nothing for the next 10 days. 0.1. That's where you measure rain by the drops. Interesting. Let's look back at tropical tidbits here and look at any sort of large-scale gyre setup. We got the new AI Euro model too that Levi added toward the end of last year. We'll be curious to track that one. This one goes out longer, 360 days. Usually the Euro is only 240 days. Now the Euro AI, 360 days. And you can see the first part of June here, lowering pressures. Nothing really organized. But, that, just point out where to look. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. 850 winds on the 00Z. Might be a wave. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, all right. Douglas needs a hat. Yes, this is my Firman hat. Oh, we were going to show the red, white, and blue generator for Memorial Day. What better way? Don't forget, Firman fans, 30% off. For some reason, our last chat, everybody went generator. And we got a tax-free holiday coming up here in Florida. Listen, folks, that means Lowe's, Costco. You can pick up your Firman generators tax-free. That's crazy. 30% off when you click on the old 30% off link. You get free shipping, 30% off. Let's take a look at their red, white, blue generator with a bottle opener. Look at that. Even with their sales, $429. Ours is a little better, though. So look at that, though. Isn't that awesome? Beautiful. Red, white, and blue. America generator with a bottle opener. It's a big one, though, too. It's got a 30-amp plug on it. Comes with the oil and toolkits and stuff. Pretty cool, right? So we go to let me see if I can add it to my cart. Let's check out the cart here. I got two things in it. Let's see. Let's take out one thing. We don't want, there's the code. Oh, here they all are. So we got two generators in there. We got to get rid of one of them. But even with two generators, look at that, $500 off. Crazy. I wonder how I get rid of that. I need to clear my, I need to remove it. All right, here we go, remove. All right, now we're going to the cart. Check out. So the generator normally is $429 on sale. Look at that, $128, $301. You can get this thing shipped to you. Come on. It doesn't even make sense, right? So if you got that military USA loving person that needs a gift, that's the most perfect gift ever. All right, so what else we talk about before we roll out of here? So again, we're going to be having a really odd schedule through next week. I'm going out with Tammy. We got a big lineman. A lot of linemen out there in Oklahoma are excited about me doing a hurricane presentation. So I'm flying to Oklahoma, not OCR or whatever I said, or OKC. It's a funny story, though. When I was looking at flights, I kept typing up the wrong letters. You know, some sites, when you check Google Flights, or not Google Flights, you have to know the 3-digit letters, you know. And I remember typing in the wrong one, and it was like somewhere Maine or something. Yeah, I'm going to OSR OKC, not OCR. But I'm really excited about this. I worked all last week on this hurricane presentation. I added new slides. As you know, if you've ever seen them, I really get passionate about these hurricane presentations. So I'm really excited. I even emailed Tammy. I said, I got a brand new presentation. I can't wait. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'll be home Wednesday next week. And then, hey, we're on daily. I don't think I have much coming up. I got one trip to Fort Myers and a couple weeks after that for one day. And then we're pretty much going to be Monday through Friday. Tampa's easy. It's TPA. The one that's confusing is St. Petersburg. It's PIE, P-I-E. Like, how does that come out of St. Petersburg? I don't even know. Jamaica, Ian, I just showed you, buddy. What's up, man? Not a lot rain. But next week, Ian, you got a big system brewing out of there. It looks like the MJO's coming. A lot of Caribbean juice is going to be popping. So next week, it looks like you're going to get a lot of rain. Maybe some storms. But that's past 5 days, so. Willie, good morning, man. This is very laid back today, Willie. We go everywhere, Willie. But hey, man, we got a really good family. What's up, James Fort? Exactly. Today we honor all that served and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Yes. Nancy from Miami. Miami, y'all are stealing all the rain down there. We're getting a little southeast Florida rains. All right, so storms today, that's about it. Let's look at a couple things. All right, so I do want to show you one thing. I'm allowed. I just got the okay. So I consider y'all my weather family. So I have been very fortunate, okay? Very fortunate. My buddy James Van Fleet works for a global company called Spire Weather. They do a lot, more than just weather. They do a lot. Military, trust me, satellites. They're huge. Well, they're getting into the weather industry, and they got a model. They have a lot of models, but they have a high-resolution model like the HRRR. That will go out 4 days. You know, the HRRR is limited to 48 hours. So not only do they have a million options in this thing, let me just show you what this high-resolution it looks like. All this we could do, but we're not going to do that. I just want to show you how cool the radar is, and what it can do, the power of it as it loads here. I shared it in my brew crew. I'm really curious for the Houston weather. We're going to show you right now as this thing loads. So the timestamp's really easy to use. I can drag it around, which I really love that too. We can zoom in, really zoom in. Like I said, the winds, the isobars, you got a million things you can do, but this is basically what it looks like. But it goes out 48 hours, and it's very high resolution, and it is beautiful. It is a beautiful thing. Here's the storms today. Let's wind back a little bit. You can really, look at this thing. It's just, it's awesome. But I'm learning it. I just started messing with it yesterday. They're giving me exclusive access to it. Only 1 or 2 Mets right now. You can see the low pressures. I'm not a Met, by the way. Other Mets. I'm just a Matt. I'm a Matt. I'm a Mike. I'm not a Met. I'm a Mike. But very high resolution and we'll see. So far, it's been amazing. I tracked the Indy weather days ago, and I finally made a post yesterday about it, and the timing was right on. This is tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. You can see the next line of storms starting to brew here. We can change labels and stuff too. I don't have them on really right now, but here's all that weather in Houston we're talking about tomorrow. Another round coming through Houston, another round after that. So this high resolution stuff is going to be the future with weather forecasting. So it's basically going to be a weather model that they're going to be able to offer places like, Tropical Tidbits and others as another tool. Here could be a line of storms. Now this is 2 a.m. the 31st. Could see a line of storms. We're watching all this kind of stuff, seeing how well it does. But so far, it's been really good. Here's that line through Texas that I wanted to share. I went ahead and shared it. Really went out far, and we went to June 1st overnight. So we can have a lot of overnight storms. This is Houston. Possibly, June 1st is Saturdays. It'd be like 2 a.m. Central Time. So anyway, I'm very, 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 very thankful that they reached out. And they have a tropical section too, not just, they have their own tropical global forecast that we can look at once we start getting, stuff. So anyway, just want to share it with you. Pretty stoked about it. We'll be using it more and more, learning it as we go. So many options. I love it. Here's your tropical cyclone page we do have one somewhere over there in the other areas, but I don't really follow anything else. I don't really get into that. But anyway, you guys will see it first. Bringing lots of sunscreen to the jam. Yes, I will. But yeah, Katie, he's doing a great job over there. James is, so. All right, hey, from Philippines, how about that? Crowder, what are you up there, buddy? What are you doing from the Philippines there? How you been, man? We'll have koozies at the PCB, so if you see us stop, I'll give everybody a koozie and a sticker. No link yet, Lady Fox. That's it's not public yet, but they will. I'll make sure let everybody know as soon as they are. But it'll be cool. Now we have another tool. Can't wait for tropicals, like something tropical, because that's when we'll start seeing rain accumulation, winds. It'll be more than just it'll be more than just simulated radar. It'll be wind gusts, and you can superimpose them, which is beautiful. Different colors. You can change the colors. So like today, I like the cursor deal where you can really get the isolated winds. Look at this low though. This is really wild to see this thing. So we have this low pressure system over the Great Lakes right now. And it's basically spinning. That crazy looking. Look at that weather system, right? Nuts. As that low pressure clears on out of here. Look at that. Oh man, that is wild looking. It's very fast too, which I love. Here's that line of storms possibly through Houston overnight. So this would be the only test here. Let's see. So we'll keep an eye. I won't be around to remember this. Maybe I will. But this is that line of storms we could see too, going through Houston about 2 a.m. on the 1st. So we'll keep an eye on this little system, see if it materializes or not. So if you're in Houston and it storms 2 a.m. June 1st, you're going to say, I knew it on Monday. Wildfire smoke from Mexico, I believe so. Harold, let's take a look at that. We got some wildfire links. I know over the years you had me add a bunch. So no, it has not cleared out. Here it is. So there's your current wildfire smoke coming up from Central America, and it's getting spun around. High pressure winds come up So definitely fueling some smoke here across the southeast. Look at that. Good. I'm glad you brought that up, Harold. Look at that. We got some heavy. Wow, I need to post that. That's some pretty high alerts here. Unhealthy for South Texas. And this is smoke. You are fueling the weather today, Harold. I didn't even. So, yeah, we do have a fire in Merritt Island, too. I know a couple people were posting on that one there. Stephen Kirby. Getting some early morning smoke here through Florida. I got this new fire outlook map too. It's pretty interesting. This is Wildfire Outlook. Kind of goes in time. Unfortunately for June, this doesn't look good for Florida, but the whole Florida peninsula is under potential wildfire, above normal wildfire risk in June. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But remember, a few years back, we had all those fires into June and July, and they had to postpone Daytona for July because of the fires. We don't get rain. New drought map came out last Thursday, and Florida's back inching up there again with some droughts. Here's the new fire, or the drought map. We're D1 now from both sides of the coast. Last year was all west side. Now we're getting on both sides. But there's your drought levels. Getting a lot of rain in southeast Florida, but just north of that, we're in a little bit of a D1 drought. That comes out on Thursdays. Oh, a lot of cool links on here, man. Take some time one day and click. Just for fun, I challenge everybody to click on every link one time. You will not believe it. What you see. Somebody asked about the Saharan area. Let's take a look at that. The current dust. Oh, it should be reaching the island. I think we talked about it last week. Oh, I'm getting to the point where I need to close some windows here. Because we can only go 40 where Chrome starts eating resources up. There's our Gulf Coast Getaways. We'll be sharing that code, MWP15, up and down the whole Florida coastline. Okay, so we should be good here. Let's go back. So we were looking at Saharan air layer. Saharan dust, very, very, very normal this time of year, but it gets a lot of buzz. So here's this next plume we talked about last week. It is now just reaching the island. So there's your next plume of dust today. It's going to reach our friends in Puerto Rico probably tomorrow. Might reach Jamaica maybe midweek. There's another bigger one coming in behind. That one might actually reach Florida. This is the first. So it looks like this one could reach Florida. This is over the weekend. First, second, third. Very, very normal. We haven't seen a really big one, though. A couple weeks ago, we had a really big plume come off. And that temporarily cooled the waters, actually, too. I do have a 7-day chart here. If you click on it from Tropical Tidbits, if you click on it, it goes to this page, and then you can go to Tropical Atlantic or North Atlantic, let's say. This is your 7-day change of temps. This is a good map. So we were above normal in the Eastern Atlantic. Now the last 7 days, we're a little below normal in the Atlantic. Probably due to these strong winds that come across that lift this dust and carry that dust across the Atlantic. Not only does the dust, believe it or not, act like a solar blanket almost. It limits the amount of sunshine that can hit the ocean to keep it a little cooler, but it also blows a lot of waves and winds, and that helps lift up some cooler water from below. So very normal this time of year to see these little isolations and water temperatures from that Saharan air dust outbreaks. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's not long range and doesn't mean anything. Your sea surface overall is way above normal. White should be normal. Red is not. 90 degrees at Clearwater Beach yesterday. Not even June yet. I don't know if that's some sort of record or not, but that's a lot. So Well, anyway, that is it for me. I got a lot of packing to do. Got to clean Emily's Jeep up because we're taking that, and it's dirty. But I brought my mobile setup, so don't worry. I'll be able to do lives if we need to. Anything goes. We'll keep everybody posted. Remember, you can always see up here my next daily brew. Go to Mike's Weather page. You'll see the next time we expect to go live. Right there, next daily brew. You can watch the daily brew there. And we'll see how it goes if we go Wednesday or not. Not tomorrow for sure though. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're gonna stick around on the Brew Crew here. We're streaming live on the Brew Crew 2. We're gonna unveil that after I get home. We have our own little platform for supporters of the page, and for as little as $4.99 a month, you get access to that, plus a lot more perks. So we're going to be pumping that out. Hopefully get a lot more subscribers and have our own little weather family, because we're cool. James, yeah. So James, little softball story. We had to drive back one day because Emily made the Florida All-Star game, which is in Lakeland. So there's only 4 teams, east, west, south, north, and she made the West team, man. It's pretty awesome. So can't pass that up. So we're gonna leave and go to the game and then come back. So we're getting a little softball in between the concert at the Gulf Coast Jam. A lot of driving. Tampa, PCB, Lakeland, PCB, Tampa, Oklahoma. So, all right, have a great week, everybody, and be safe out there if you're enjoying your day off. The water is very busy. I don't think we're ever going to go out on a weekend again like that. That was a lot of people. So, all right, we'll see you. Bye bye.